were before, with Gaza blockaded, with the Palestinian people divided, then in 18 months from now, we will be back here doing the same thing again. And you know what? Much as I love you all, I don't want to be back here in 18 months from now, looking at you all again for exactly the same reason, because that's no use, is it? So what we need to turn our minds to is how do we achieve a just solution, peace with justice for the Palestinian people, for all the Palestinian people, not just the ones locked up in Gaza, the Palestinian people in the West Bank, the Palestinian people in the refugee camps in Jordan and Lebanon, and above all in Syria, the way many people here know about the circumstances in Yarmouk camp in Damascus. And the Palestinians who are citizens inside the state, for them all, right? So I think we'll start off. I think we could do with this. Who wants to speak? I know we've got a volunteer over here, Rob Maris. I'm sure we'll probably get some people looking like they want to speak. All right. Right, but first of all, let's do a bit of chanting, shall we? Because that'll get us into right. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
We get the roses on.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Brothers and sisters, my name is Rob Maris. I shall be the Labour candidate of Parliament for this constituency in the next general election. For many years, I have supported a free Palestine, and I decry the actions of the Zionist governments of Israel who deny freedom and justice to the Palestinian people. You only have to look at a map of what the situation was in 1948, and then in 1967, and then now, and I see governments of Israel who will not negotiate. They do not negotiate in good faith. When they claim to negotiate, at the same time, they are increasing the settlements whilst they say we are negotiating. That is not an honest way to proceed, because governments of Israel are not honest. I say this as a politician, as a solicitor, and as a human being. They are criminals.
Yep.
The criminal wall. They imprison children in breach of United Nations resolutions. They use preventive detention without charging people for any crimes. And we see governments of Israel repeatedly using force on innocent civilians, as again they have been this week. And I say to you, we have a problem with our local MP, Mr. Uppal.
Yeah.
He's taken Zionist money. He took nearly £2,000 from the Conservative Friends of Israel.
Really?
I have never done anything like that. I have always supported Palestine, and I will never take money from governments of Israel. It's blood money.
Yeah.
And I am a long-time supporter of the campaign to boycott, to divest, and for sanctions, because that's the only way I can see that governments of Israel will start to negotiate in good faith, as happened in South Africa, when there's enough pressure from outside, coupled with the freedom fighters in Palestine themselves. Thank you, brothers and sisters, in solidarity.
Thank you very much, Rob, for that. Is there another speaker wanting to come up? Because you don't want to listen to me, you really don't want to listen to me. It'll get very boring, mate. I'm not saying these, come on.
And I'll bet not too.
No. If you get up there, I'll drag you to the floor, alright?
Thank you. My name is Mercedes. I'm a member of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. It is very moving to see us working together, but my desire is that we work together on a permanent basis, not just when the crisis hits. I went to Palestine a couple of years ago, and I thought I knew the situation. I thought I knew how bad it is, but no, I didn't. Nothing prepares you to see the inhuman conditions under which Palestinian people live. I've been reflecting on two small points, which of course you all are familiar with, but maybe it would be worth reflecting on. One is that the attacks on Gaza are not a response to the rocket attacks. They are part of a carefully planned by Israel to annihilate Gaza, to get rid of an open prison, which Gaza is, in order to achieve a claim to Palestine based on biblical basis. If you go to Jerusalem, you buy maps of the Holy Land, which have no partition between Israel and Palestine. The whole of thing is Israel, even with Hebrew names. Palestine doesn't exist for Israel, because they claim it is the Holy Land. So it is very important to remember that the vicious, inhuman attacks of the present are not part of a response to the rockets. They are a plan to annihilate Palestine. Another point which is important to reflect on is the misrepresentation of the crisis by the media. The media represents the crisis as if it is a battle between two equals, but they are not equal. Israel is the wealthiest and best armed country in the world apart from the United States. And they have access to media training. You can only have to listen to Radio 4 to see that they have attended media training. The ambassador in this country doesn't answer questions, they repeat the mantra, and the mantra is the safety of our citizens. And it doesn't mention the conditions under which Palestinians live, and also doesn't mention that those citizens live in settlements which are illegal and built on illegally taken land. It is interesting that even the BBC, which aims at providing some kind of parity or neutrality, challenged a representative from Palestine because he referred to the exiles and to the refugees, and John Humphreys in Radio 4 said that is history. Well, it is not history, it's the present moment. Gaza these days is an open prison. The Israel state doesn't even bother with a wall, because actually they hope that all Gazans will die either from military attacks or from lack of water, lack of sanitation. Only a few months ago, children had to walk on sewage because there were no materials to repair the sewage in Gaza. So what can we do? I sincerely hope that all the groups represented in here can get together to work on a regular basis and be prepared to be working on an ongoing and regular basis. Thank you.
I thought somebody ready to speak.